Welcome back, everybody. Chef David here from the NuWave Studio Kitchen. Today we wanted to do something in our NuWave oven, and we wanted to do a roast. It's getting really cold here in Chicago this time of year. And there's something actually pretty popular, and I don't know if it started in Chicago, but we actually have a journalist here that writes one of the major newspapers that actually does articles on this, and we call it beer can chicken. Basically in Chicago, people take a whole chicken, pop open a can of beer, rest the chicken on it, and put it inside their Weber grill, which is a very popular brand from Illinois. We're going to use our fantastic NuWave oven today. And what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to use our extender ring. And if you haven't seen these, you should, because this actually takes the NuWave oven from its standard size, boosted 3 inches. It's also a 5-inch extender ring. It's pretty cool. And it works really well. But here's my thing. I didn't want to put the beer can in there. So I had another idea. You may have seen this before too. This is a small Bundt pan. You can use a bigger one. I'm actually going to use the Bundt pan with some vegetables and a little beer. I'm going to marinate the chicken in some cool spices here and get it roasting with some, these are little butter potatoes or new Yukon potatoes, and I've got these cool purple ones I love. They're called purple Peruvian potatoes. They're obviously their heritage is from Peru, where most potatoes come from. But these are going to go in whole, actually, all around the chicken. We're going to roast those up. In the bottom, I'm going to put a little bit of celery and some big chunks of carrot that we're going to use as part of the finished dish. So this is actually really simple. Start to finish, prep, cooking, should be just under an hour. Okay, so let's get started. So the first things first, I'm going to get my vegetables into the Bundt pan because that's going to rest right in there. And then after I get the vegetables prepped and potatoes prepped, then I'll go to the chicken because that I'm going to have to wear gloves for, and because I'm going to be handling it, and that could be dangerous for you if you don't wash your hands or sanitize the board or sanitize your knife. You handle raw chicken, clean everything. Clean the boards, clean the walls, just clean it all. All right, so a little bit of celery, and I'm not going to get fancy here. It's a country dish. So I want about a 1/4 inch chunk on these. I don't need a lot, okay? So these, I'm just going to put these right into a little glass bowl here, and the reason for that is I'm going to give these actually a quick toss with a little sea salt, black pepper, and some fantastic extra virgin olive oil. Big old country carrot here. Flatten it so it doesn't go rolling around. Get that in your compost. And we're going to cut these in quarters, right? And I want them big and I want them long. So these are actually going to be very rustic looking big chunks of carrot. You're going to see that this is actually going to look pretty cool when we're done with it. All right, the big one, I like to flatten them a little bit. It's just a safety thing. Get it down. Now this one I could probably cut in 3, just so I keep the uniform size. And again, this is not designed to be the perfect little nice cut you see these other internet chefs doing. This is not what this is for. This is a country dish. So we're gonna get country. Compost that or give it to your chickens. Sea salt. That's about a teaspoon. Fresh cracked pepper, and a lot of it. This is a winter dish. I want big, big flavors, right? And then, this is the thing we all love, extra virgin olive oil. That's about 2 tablespoons. So now, you're gonna give this a stir around, or you can use a spoon if you had one to toss it. The other thing is, a couple of peeled cloves of garlic. I leave mine whole. I don't chop them up for a reason. When these come out, they're gonna actually be like roasted garlic. I can pick them out and I can smear them on a nice piece of toast while I'm enjoying chicken, a good glass of red wine, and some vegetables. So that's it. Now, if we want to go another step, we can take some rosemary, which I always associate with the winter. I actually always associate around the holidays. I don't know why, but it's an amazing herb. You guys know this one. Always use it fresh if you can. And you can pull these off simply and then chop them. Not me, not today. It's too cold out. We're gonna throw them in cold, or whole actually, it's cold out. So look, these just go reverse down the stem. They pop right off. If you haven't played with fresh herbs, you need to start. And you start showing your family, your children, your loved ones, fresh herbs bring a lot of history and a lot of medicinal value to your cooking, okay? The chickens will go nuts over these. You can actually take these stems, use them in a potpourri, put them in your fireplace, and get a really beautiful smell. There's all kinds of things you can do with these rosemary stems, so don't waste them. All right, a little more rosemary. Let's make this a big hearty one, and that's it. We'll save those guys for later. So that's it, just like that. All right, so now simple, I'm just gonna get my veg, they're tossed, olive oil, sea salt, black pepper, beautiful garlic cloves, fresh rosemary. Look, let's just get some of these right in the bottom. You can use a bigger Bundt pan, use more vegetables. You can do what I'm doing here and just use enough. Now, don't fill it too much where you won't be able to seat the chicken on there. Let's get some more celery and garlic in there because I like both. All right, now this one we can save for another dish. Now, real simple, get these off to the side if you can, right? So that's that. Let's let that sit for a second. Next, potatoes. Another glass bowl. I just want to get these a little lightly covered extra virgin olive oil, right? Good pinch of sea salt, a teaspoon and a half. Nice crack of pepper. Little pepperoncini, that's for me. I like spicy. You don't have to do that. I don't want these oily. I want these just coated so they roast nice. A little sea salt on the outside of a roast potato is one of the most amazing things any chef can do for you. It's the simplest thing in the world. And look, we're just gonna run these around the outside of the track here. Doesn't matter what order you put them in. They're all similar in size. They're gonna cook the same, okay? And this is, I'm not a big fan of these internet people with their one-pot meal tricks, but every once in a while, when I'm roasting something, I like to do things that make sense. So roasting my potatoes while I'm roasting my chicken, to me, as a chef, makes perfect sense, right? So look, all around the track there. Okay, this goes away. Put that down. So now we get some gloves. The reason I wear gloves is it's a little easier than having to sanitize your hands. But everything else here, gonna have to be sanitized. Your knives, this bowl, that plate, the cutting board, everything. We're gonna sanitize it all. Children, elderly people should not be exposed to raw chicken. And we're gonna cook this, and we always make sure when we cook our chicken, chicken breast, chicken legs, whole chicken, always internal temperature, 165 degrees Fahrenheit, minimum. You can go a little higher, but 165 is the minimum, okay? So look, very simple. I take my chicken, this guy's going in here. This guy's going into the dishwasher. Now, I got chicken on my hands, I just touched it. If I touch this paprika, I can't use it again. So either use or measure all of what you need, or just dump it out, put that in the dishwasher. Paprika, dark chili powder, one of my favorites. Okay, now olive oil. Now, see what I almost did? I almost grabbed my olive oil bottle with my unsanitary hand. You'd have to sanitize that. But now I can take my glove off and I could do this. All right? So, this glove goes here. Let me just grab another glove. These gloves are amazing. You can buy them basically at any hardware store. They usually sell them for like painting and stuff. Makes cleanup easier. But these are fantastic for the kitchen. All right, so look, we have beautiful dark chili powder, olive oil. I've got that beautiful paprika. And what I'm just looking for here is to start combining them all into like a rub, all right? We're not looking to get fancy. We're just looking to get flavor. I have the last 2 stems of rosemary right in the center. And now watch this. This is actually gonna go, push the legs back, and it's actually gonna sit right on top like that, okay? And hopefully this guy doesn't jump or fly away. So as soon as I come back, I'm gonna clean and sanitize, I'm gonna get my bird in my NuWave oven, get it cooking, and then we're gonna plate up the most amazing early winter roasted chicken with beautiful new potatoes. Welcome back, everybody. Chef David here in the NuWave Studio Kitchen. Okay, our Bundt can chicken, which is based off Illinois, Chicago area thing called beer can chicken. So we had this incredible marinade, Hungarian paprika, dark chili powder. I've got a little base of vegetables, big chunks of organic carrot, celery, whole cloves of garlic, sea salt, black pepper, extra virgin olive oil. In the pan, in the NuWave oven already, with the extender ring, I've already got my potatoes tossed with sea salt, olive oil, black pepper, and a little pepperoncini, and these beautiful new and purple potatoes are gonna roast along with the chicken. I pull this out, I've got some veg, I've got some potatoes, I've got a chicken, I need a cold beer, and I'm ready to go. So I'm gonna put this in right in the center, okay? And that's a little top heavy, so be careful when you're carrying it around. Now the lid goes on, and again, the 3-inch extender ring is what makes this easier. Cook temperature, let's go right to 350 on the Pro Plus. Cook time, I'm gonna do 1 hour 15, but I'm gonna check it after about 55 minutes to see if I have that internal temperature 165. If not, we'll just let it go. So we're gonna push start. You're gonna hear the motor turn on. It's gonna start to cook. When we come back, I'm gonna plate up the most amazing roasted chicken roasted baby potatoes, some veg, and a glass of beer. Welcome back, everybody. Chef David here, and we're finishing up this amazing Bundt canned chicken. Not beer canned chicken, but very similar to it. It's a Chicago thing. So we've been roasting in our NuWave oven, 350, and we did 1 hour and 10 minutes. I think originally I said about an hour, but it depends on the size of the chicken, and you have to get to 165 degrees in the thickest part of the chicken. Usually I put the thermometer into the thigh. Buy a good digital thermometer. They're actually very inexpensive these days. Years ago when they first came out, they were 40, 50 bucks. Now I see them on the market all the time. Real quality ones, $10, $12. They're worth every penny. Okay, so watch out for the steam. Here we go. Look at that. Let me take this out for you guys. So you know we use the extender ring on here. You can try to remove that after you take out this, but look at this. I'm gonna carefully take this out, and I want you to see something that's amazing. It gave off all its chicken fat. We've got these beautiful, beautiful vegetables. Remember I talked to you earlier about the carrots? Look how amazing these things look. It's just beautiful chicken fat and olive oil. Makes me happy. Now, we can drain this, remove some of the fat. Let's get these amazing potatoes out of here. Let's talk about them for a little bit. These are the ones that I circled around the Bundt pan and made these most amazing potatoes. They're very hot. I could pick them up. We did the Peruvian guys. Beautiful sea salt on here, right? Little pepperoncini and a little bit of really good olive oil. Very nice. We can hit that with a little fresh parsley or even some chives. So now, let's talk about our chicken guy. Now, when I do it in a Bundt pan, because this was an organic chicken, it probably had a little bit more fat than your store-bought chicken. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna remove it very simply, like this. Put my knife right down the center. I get underneath the breast. Look, you can see all this juice. Look how beautiful this is. This really is a pretty cool recipe. But all that fat stays in the pan. And if you've ever been to some of the fancier restaurants, they'll tell you about confit. Confit is a technique of simmering meat or even vegetables in duck fat or chicken fat or even in olive oil. So what we did was we actually made this beautiful vegetable confit. And the carrots are gonna be amazing, but you know what's gonna be more amazing, believe it or not, is that celery that's simmered in there so long. Now, there's a lot of chefs out there, I'm sure right now, getting ready to type emails, yelling about the fat, but this is good olive oil and pure organic chicken fat from this beautiful chicken, and I'm not wasting it. This actually is gonna make the most amazing sauce. We have the chicken juice in there, the olive oil, chicken fat. It's beautiful, guys. Now, the chicken, we can cut it up, we can serve it and present it to our family just like this. Let's get a nice bunch of parsley, right? And this, guys, there are actually restaurants in Chicago you would pay a very pretty penny for this. And again, this beautiful vegetables simmered in the chicken fat, the olive oil. I'm not wasting these. You can see the cloves of garlic. This is country eating at its finest, guys. It doesn't get simpler to cook, doesn't get healthier. Put a little of this. You can see the beautiful brown roasted chicken stock coming out of the bottom. It's amazing, guys. And that's it. This is dinner. I cook this for my son probably once a month. Him and I sit down. I get to have a glass of wine. He gets to have big old chocolate milk, and this is what we do. That's it. That's our organic Indiana chicken, roasted vegetables, cooked in a Bundt pan. Enjoy it.